If you'd like to learn how to make this beautiful silver wire wrapped pendant, then keep watching because that's what I'm going to show you how to make in this tutorial. My name's Aannsha Jones and thank you for watching this video. Today we're going to make another project with this lovely little felt heart that we created 2 videos back, and I'll put a link at the top of this video here. For this project I'm using sterling silver wire, but you don't need to use sterling silver wire. You can use crafting wire, which is readily available from crafting shops. So this wire, which I'm going to be using for around the outside of the heart, is 0.8 mils soft round, and this one, which is what I'm going to attach the heart to the frame with, is sterling silver soft round 0.4 mil wire. Now if you go a little bit thinner or a little bit thicker, that's okay. I just find that this is a really nice diameter to work with. It does the job, it's easy to manipulate, but anything around that thickness is going to work well for you. First of all, I have traced the heart shape and size on a piece of paper, and around that I have made another heart shape which I've put a couple of little curls on and showing the position of where the bail is going to be. So this is going to be the outline that I'm going to use for my silver frame. What I'm going to do after that is I'm going to put the felt inside the frame, and then I'm going to use the fine wire to trap it, if you like, inside the frame by wrapping it around. That's one way of doing it. It's a nice easy way, and it can look really effective. So you can end up with a pretty pendant for very little effort really. Like, it's really simple to make. So if you'd like to make this so that you can either wear it yourself for Valentine's Day, or you want to give it to your loved one for Valentine's Day, or you just like hearts in general, I do, then let's get started. What I did first was I measured the outside of this frame, and I took into consideration extra wire for the little curls and for the bail, and in centimetres it came to just under 30 centimetres. So I'm going to cut a piece of 0.8 mil wire to 30 centimetres. That will give me a bit of wiggle room. If you want, you can make it a bit longer. If you don't mind the wastage, you can always use offcuts of your wire for other little projects. 30 mils in inches is about 12 inches, okay? So for a felt heart, that measures 5 by 4 approximately, or 2 inches by 1.5 inches. You're going to need about 30 mils or 12 inches of the 0.8 mil silver wire. So let's cut that first. So 30 mils. Do you know, I'm going to cut a little bit extra anyway, because I would rather have way too much than not enough. And let's cut that. Okay. Alright, so this is fairly straight, but if you need to iron out any kinks, then just get one of these little anti-kinking pliers, and there's probably a proper name for that. I call them my anti-kinking pliers, and just run it along like that. So with this particular design, I'm going to make the bail first, then I'm going to shape the rest of the heart. So I'm roughly going to the center of my wire, and I'm going to put it around my pliers. I've got some round nose pliers here, and I'm just just going to cross it and twist it once, twice, 3 times. I'm going to keep it flat to the heart because I want to put another ring there that will put the pendant chain through. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just shape this wire into the heart shape around the outside frame. I don't know if you can hear that motorbike that just went by. I live on a main road, so apologies for any traffic noise that you might hear. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now what I'm going to do off screen, I'm going to just tap this with a hammer because that will firm up the wire. Okay, basically just to show you what I've been doing, I've just been tapping it like that with a hammer, and that will just firm it up enough, will work hard on it enough that it will hold its shape better when I'm winding the other wire around it. So there we go. It's just out of it, so that's pretty good, and that fits in there nicely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut these 2 pieces at the ends so that I can do a couple of spirals. But what I'll do first is I'll give it a little twist so it holds together. So let me just okay, that's going to be nice. Now I can cut this. When you're cutting wire, always make sure that the flat edge is towards the piece that you're working with, and that will give it a flat cut edge. Just eyeball that, that's probably not quite right. Right, so there's the heart. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my round nose pliers and I'm going to just curl these in. Now you don't have to do this. You could actually have a continuous piece of wire and then finish with the bail and wrap the ends of the wire around the bail that way. I just like the thought of having a little bit more detail. Now I'm doing this quickly for you just to show you how to do it, but obviously you will probably want to spend a little bit more time making these nice and even. There you go, so there's your frame. Heart still fits. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get our finer wire and we're going to cut off quite a lot. I'm just going to straighten that little bit out. So this is always a guess. If you don't cut enough wire to finish the whole project, don't worry about it, because you can always join on another piece. But basically you're going to be going around the front and the back several times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's start with 6. You'll notice that my heart isn't perfectly even. That's because the felt heart itself isn't either. Although when you look at it, it looks even. It's weird, isn't it? All right, so where are we going to start? We're going to start up here. And I'm just going to wrap this. A couple of times. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to anchor it to the veil. So when you do anything like this, just make sure that you don't have any rough edges that will catch on your clothes or your skin. So that's nice. All right, so okay. Let's go that way around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to attach it to the bottom. Wind it around here. So this is another reason why I wanted to have these little loops here, is to give something to grab onto, and then bring it up. It's a little bit fiddly to start with, but and twist it around. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring this here, and I'm going to bring this around here. Bring it up, bring it around, and do the same here. Or when you're working with wire as well, just make sure that you don't get any kinks, because if you get a kink in your wire, it makes it very difficult to straighten it out, and it also weakens it at that point. Alright, so that's good. Now look, when you're doing this, it doesn't have to be perfectly even on both sides. So I'm going to do a bit up here. here. And I'm going to bring this up here. Basically, the idea is to trap the felt, or to encase the felt in securely enough, with enough little strands of wire that it doesn't fall out. I've made the frame quite large because, well, I actually like to be able to see the space around. You don't have to make it as wide as this. You can actually make it closer to the inside, but it's also helping me to show you, you know, what I'm doing. So I'm just going to put it around there. And bring it around here. And then bring this up and around. Maybe one more time. And you can position this there we go. Now, if you wanted to go on with this, you could bring this down the back, twist it around, actually twist it around the other way, and bring it up here. So I'm going to bring this through here, because this will kind of tighten up some of these other pieces. And then what I want is to bring this down here like this. If you want to secure this little piece of wire here and you know it's going to slip, you can use these beads, like let's use this large one. It's a little glass bead. And you can wrap it around a couple of times. thread it through again. And if you want, you can just wrap a few more around. So I'm just going to thread a few extra beads on here. 2, 3, 4. If you add embellishments, if you put them in odd numbers like 1, 3, 5, they tend to look nice. So there you go. So I'm gonna, oops. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to twist this around here, just encapsulating this little bead. Thread it through here, because the idea is basically, look, this is very organic and free form. This is allowing yourself to be really creative rather than being, you know, sort of bound by rules of how things should be. All right, so now you can just take this, straighten it out, and then wrap it around here. 1, 2, and if you want, you could put another little bead on the bottom if it wanted to stay. There we go. And just finish it up. Okay, be good if I actually had it on the front, wouldn't it? Alright, so I'm going to finish this off here, so just wrap it around a few extra times and cut it close, and then just smooth it in. I'm going to just straighten these out a little bit so they've got a bit more even while I'm pressing that in. And there you have it. Now what you can do with these as well, you can actually give them a bit of design element by twisting them like this, and it also tightens them up a bit. But doesn't that look groovy? So isn't that beautiful? And if you want to just center it a little bit more, but I actually kind of like it offset like that, because it highlights these beads. It's another nice little detail. So all we've got to do now is get finding a jump ring, put it onto here, close it off. And the way you do that is you fold it together, you don't squeeze it together. So you just fold it like that, and then you'll get a little cord, and there we have it. Isn't that beautiful? So if you like this project and you'd like to see more crafty ideas that I come up with, then do subscribe to my channel and ding that little bell icon, and that way you'll be notified of future videos when they're published. My name again is Aannsha Jones, and I really appreciate that you watch this video with me, and hopefully you'll make something similar to this. If you do, let me know how it went. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.